You're listening to All in the Industry, an independent podcast dedicated to behind-the-scenes talent in the hospitality industry, hosted and produced by me, Shari Bayer. Since initially launching in 2014, we have broadcast more than 400 episodes, and now we're excited to be on our new platform. To learn more, visit allintheindustry.com. Support for this episode comes from Bayer Public Relations, a full-service PR, consulting, and marketing agency based in New York City, specializing in culinary and hospitality. Founded in 2003 by me, Shari Bayer, we are a company built on dedication, integrity, and positive thinking, combined with a genuine passion for what we do. BPR, be seen, be heard, be known. To learn more, visit BayerPublicRelations.com. Well, hello, welcome to All in the Industry. I'm your host and producer, Shari Bayer, and this is our 417th episode of this series, which is dedicated to behind-the-scenes talent in the hospitality industry. Today, my guests are the dynamic duo behind some of New York City's most critically acclaimed and beloved Korean restaurants, including 2 Michelin star Atomix, and I will introduce them fully in a moment. But first, as I do in every show, I will start out with my PR tip, and then we will have our interview, including my speed round game, and close out with my solo dining experience. As the founder of Bayer Public Relations, I'm going to tip the show off with my PR tip of the week. So today's tip is to know that life and its gifts are a gift and something that we should never take for granted. Now, this tip is inspired by my show's guest today, whose restaurant group focuses on Ato, stemming from the ancient Korean word for gift, as the innovative cuisine that they hope to deliver to the world with New York City as their center stage, offering unique and memorable dining experiences or gifts to enjoy. The desire to gift to others is a beautiful notion and philosophy to live by. So let's embrace gifting and remember to enjoy the gift of life, as it's too precious not to. That's my tip today. Okay, so I'm very excited about today's show, which I recorded a few weeks ago with my guests on location at one of their restaurants in New York City. And they are Ellia Park and Chef Junghyun JP Park, wife and husband team originally from Seoul, South Korea, who have co-founded the acclaimed New York City-based restaurant group, Non-Hospitality, which includes Atomix, a 2 Michelin star tasting menu restaurant located in New York City's Rose Hill neighborhood, which has also earned 3 stars in the New York Times and is currently number 12 on the world's 50 best restaurants list. Their group also includes Atoboy in Nomad, NARO in Rockefeller Center, and Seoul Salon in Koreatown, all focusing on Korean cuisine. As CEO, Ellie is recognized for her innovative leadership, spearheading the operations and service programs across NAN's establishments, contributing to their global acclaim. And NAN is spelled NA:EUN. In 2022, Atomix, in addition to the accolades previously mentioned, was awarded the Jin Mar Art of Hospitality by the world's 50 best restaurants, and in 2025 was recognized by the James Beard Awards for Outstanding Hospitality. JP was most recently recognized as Best Chef New York State in 2023 by the James Beard Foundation, and the same year, his first cookbook, the Korean Cookbook, was published by Phaidon Press, and he was also a contributor that year to my book, Chefwise, also by Phaidon. In 2024, Ellie and JP opened CE, which stands for Common Era, a culinary lab in Seoul dedicated to advancing Hansik, through innovation and research. With an academic background in food sciences and years of experience leading the new Korean movement, JP, together with Ellia, continue to push the boundaries of Korean cuisine globally and redefine Korean cuisine on the international stage, fostering creativity and inclusivity within the industry. So I'll leave my intro as that. It was a gift to have some time to spend with Ellia and JP and hear their story. They are two people who I feel very lucky to know and that I've gotten to enjoy their outstanding restaurants over the years. And as you heard from my intro, with all the accolades and recognition that they have received, they are extremely well respected and I'm sure will continue to thrive. So that's all I will say, and I will come back after my interview with them and share my solo dining experience. So stick around for that, and please enjoy my conversation with Ellia Park and JP Park, which we recorded at Atomix in NYC. Here you go. So hi, Ellia and JP. I always like to start with my guest background before you opened restaurants, before you met. I want to know how you met. So, Ellia, you want to take us back to your childhood? Tell us a little about your upbringing and what led you into the culinary world.
Sure. So we met, we're actually the college friends. So we went to the same college together in Korea. It was back to 2004, and we've been known each other last 20 years. Now is work and life partner. And the reason I said about the culinary is our family, my mom was a good cook and she always cooked at home. And this is the only time we can gather together. Our family was so close, and we used to leave the grandparents next to my house too. So my grandparents and us, we always hang out together and go out dining and share the meal together too. And that's why I decided to study about the culinary for my college. And then I met JP. And I think JP will tell more about his career, but the reason why we moved to States about JP's the job at the Hansik restaurant in Tribeca. That's why we moved to States. That was 13 years ago. And then I worked some other restaurant in New York, including Michelin and the Kajitsu and Norita too. And we decided to open our own restaurant here.
Amazing. So you met in Seoul.
We met in Seoul.
Okay.
We were in the same campus.
I love it. And JP, take me back a little bit to your childhood as well. When did you get the inkling you wanted to be a chef?
I'm born and raised in Korea, and so maybe first time I feel like I want to be a cook and chef probably when I was maybe 12, 13 years old, kind of young kid. And there's no specific kind of reason why I want to be the chef, but I just naturally being in the kitchen is kind of my happy zone. So I'm kind of trying to help my mom, and also when there's big family gathering, I'm always helping my grandma as well. So it's naturally working in the kitchen is kind of comfortable. I really enjoyed it, and so I want to be the chef like when I was young. So, and I attended some of the kind of private, more kind of cooking class during my summer break, or so my parents is always supporting me a lot. So I went to some during the summer break, I went to culinary kind of school and take some kind of short course 2 months class or something like that. So kind of be more seriously about that. Also, I'm first time know about Michelin star and know about the Thomas Keller and Daniel Blue. It was kind of mind changing. Oh, I want to be the chef, having restaurant my own. So that was dream I'm having from the maybe high school, and finally we have a 4-5 restaurant now.
That's it. No, it's amazing what you've built. It's really incredible. So why New York? What was it about New York, or was that always a dream to move here?
The Ellia briefly mentioned, so I used to working at the restaurant called the Junghyun in Korea. So I was in charge about the Junghyun kitchen in Korea, and then Chef Junghyun opened a restaurant in New York City, and then he asked me to come to New York together, and then just like building some team together. So I mean, why not? New York is an amazing city. We never been here before, so we want to challenging, and because I've been training at the restaurant called the Ledbury in London. That was my first kind of professional job. And then I work at the Culture & Co. and 312 and Cumulus Inn. It's all run by the Andrew McConnell in Melbourne, Australia. So I want to always curious about New York City, US market I never been before. So I want to take the challenging. So we moved to here 13 years ago together with Ellia.
I've dined at Hansik. I don't remember what year, the first year I went there, but it was incredible. I'm wondering if you were there then. And they recently got 3 Michelin stars, which is unbelievable. So that's amazing experience. So you met, you're a couple, you moved to New York, you're both in culinary. Did you always have conversations about one day we're going to open our own restaurant or restaurant group? It was sort of something that you were thinking up for a while?
I think when we decided to get married and decide to move to New York, and I think we never really mentioned let's open the restaurant together, but somehow we knew we're gonna open somewhere in the world, but we didn't know it will be in New York or Korea or somewhere else. I think because we studied together, we love dining out together. We always talk about the restaurant. He was a chef, so I think we felt that we're gonna open the restaurant.
Initially we thought we going to open the restaurant in Seoul instead of New York City, because we are thinking maybe staying in New York for maybe 2-3 years, and then going back to Korea and open restaurant in Korea was kind of initial idea. But while I'm working at the Junghyun, I saw the potential of the Korean cuisine in New York City has been a lot, and also definitely the market themselves is amazing, and all the energy and a lot of diversity of the culture is always inspiration me a lot. So we changed the mind and let's do it in New York City instead.
So your first place was Atoboy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And talk a little about that concept, the type of food, because I believe it changed a little over the years with the style you did with tasting menu, or did you change from different offerings, or how has it evolved?
I think the big the culture about the Korean dining is about sharing and also banchan. And we saw some non-Korean the audience enjoying the banchan in a different way, the way they had to use. But so the feature and the Atoboy concept was sharing and the banchan. We want to elevate that concept at Atoboy compared to other Korean traditional restaurant here. So Atoboy was the banchan restaurant, but you can choose your own banchan from each section, and based on the rice, enjoy the temperature, the harmony, and there's a vegetable and protein. And that's how we start the Atoboy. And of course, first day, we probably serve everything at once because that is a Korean style. But I think we learned about local culture and also Korean culture together. So we start to a little course out, but it's not really course out meal, but it's about one sharing meal together that is Atoboy. And it's been already 9 years.
Incredible. I've had incredible meals there, as well as at all of your restaurants. We'll get to all of them, but right now we're at Atomix, which is so special. Just walking in here, even though you're not open right now, it just has such a incredible feel to it, and it's chef's counter, and you're 2 Michelin star right now. You've received multiple accolades. So what was your vision for opening Atomix?
So actually, we planned Atoboy and Atomix together.
Okay.
The JP used to work at many fine dining restaurants before. We wanted to open the fine dining restaurant in New York, but back in the day, the Korean fine dining, except the Junghyun, was not made it yet. And And also we are from Korea. We didn't know many people here. So we decided to starting from a little more casual, accessible style, which is Atoboy, and then Atomix. But Atomix is not only about only fine dining. It's about our culture and our boss's philosophy. So sharing, all about the Korean things. There's a Korean ceramic, JP's food, our service, interior design, everything about the Korean. That's how we wanted to open Atomix.
I think Atomix is basically the vision comes from who we are, So we are growing in Korea, but travel here and there and learning so many different experiences through the abroad, and also landing in New York City and also learning about the local food scene and also the local ingredient, and also and open the Atomix means it's like we can kind of showcasing who we are as a JP and Ellia, and I think that we kind of feel always lucky to we can explain our journey through the Atomix. I think the people like Atomix taking as not only about the restaurant. I think it's more kind of they want to learn about our story. They want to learn about the Korean cuisine. They want to hear about the more things from us. I think so this is a very amazing place for us and for hopefully for everyone too.
It's an amazing place for me.
Thank
I
you.
feel very lucky. I've been here a few times for your dinner, upstairs, at your experimental bar menu, and collabs you've done. And every time I'm blown away by the presentation, the deliciousness of each dish, and also the beautiful ceramics and utensils and everything you're using. I mean, it's one of these places you kind of want to like sneak a little dish in your pocket. I don't, but your style and just the whole experience, plus the storytelling with the cards you use, the menu, the way you present it. Is that something that you in the back of your mind were like always thinking, like conceptualizing how we're going to create this fine dining restaurant with all these little details? Because it's very special.
I mean, when we designed about the experience at Atomix, we thought about the whole experience, not only about the moment they're sitting at the table. So starting from when they make a reservation, open the door, and walking through and sitting down, even like when they go to the restroom, and until the last minute, the guests leave the restaurant. So we design every single minute, and every single minute we want to share our magic together. They're probably including our menu card too. This is art. The restaurant experience is art. Mm-hmm. Something like the hanging art or music. But the culinary, the experience with Atomix, we want to make a memory for the guests to last for a long time. So that's why we probably put many magic from each steps.
It's a lot of magic. It's a lot of magic, and it's being recognized not just by me, of course, but around the world. I mean, we just got back from Italy at the World's 50 Best Restaurants 2025, and I've been lucky to be attending and we did a quick interview there, and I usually grab you and get my selfie. I'm like, hey, how you feeling? James Beard Awards too.
Yeah.
You've had so much amazing recognition, and World's 50 Best, you're currently number 12 on the list, which is, you're the only restaurant in North America in the top 50 and the top 12, like in the top, and you've moved around in that very top accolade. So first of all, congratulations. I mean, I can't even imagine what it feels like to win these awards and accolades and recognition. So tell me, how does it feel for you, and how do you take it all in and then keep going? Like, does it provide motivation? Is it pressure?
I'll say more likely now, somehow we are not really, we are very happy. We are so proud of our team and the Atomix and all the people who have been working together for the last 6-7 years here. But now we feel like more responsibility about our industry, responsibility about the New York dining scene and also American dining scene, also the Korean cuisine too. And the world is important, but it's not only about the ranking. It's about how you can take that ownership to bring more dynamic and more thing to the audience and our industry and community too. So we, from the word and from our growth, we take our accountability and responsibility so deeply, and we always thinking about what will be more, what we can impact more to other people.
Yeah, I mean, also the Michelin, like, a lot of the recognition, also from the New York Times as well. Of course, it's like amazing for us and for the team. And I mean, we still remember the first day we got a call from the Michelin, that's a Michelin star. And then we still remember the moment, first time we invited from the world's best 50 and then from the 43 rank a few years ago. And then I also remember the moment James Beard Foundation mentioned it's the best chef in New York State. With my name was like amazing moment for sure. I mean, each one has very memorable, very meaningful, but also same time. I think we're trying to using as that moment as a kind of tool to how we can express our cuisine and more, So I think it's definitely help about business side too, but at the same time, as the Korean American moving from Korea to here as immigration, speaking about Korean culture, I think that moment is giving some more power to share about the voice more clearly, voice more strongly to the world. So I think very thankful about all the recognition for sure.
Yeah, well, amazing. Congratulations. And yes, at James Beard this year, Outstanding Hospitality, and a couple of years ago you got Best Chef New York State. I mean, it's really fantastic recognition. And yeah, I'm proud to know you guys and see your success because you're wonderful people working hard and doing magical things. So I also love going to the awards and being part of it for the community aspect of it. And I've gone to some of the regional ones, like I went to Asia's 50 Best, and you really see how tight the community is. They did 2 years in Seoul. I got to go to Seoul last year. Thank you for your tips. So I have also been here, as I mentioned, for some of the collabs you've done. So what is it about bringing chefs in? I mean, I came for the one you did with Pia from Hoya in Lima, and then Riccardo Camanini and his brother Giancarlo the Lido 84 in Italy, and we were just there together also dining. Yeah. So how does that come about, these collabs with chefs?
Collaboration is, it's about the dinner cooking together, but at the same time, not only about the single moment. I think that it's about share their culture together as a team to team, So when we are doing some each collaboration, we learn so much, not only about technique from the dish or just one flavor from each dish. I think learn about how the chef is take care about their team, how they take care about their restaurant, and as their team culture, how they're bonding together. And I think that is magic, and also not only about for us, I think all the team is making kind of new friends all around the world, Their line cook is coming to our restaurant and they're mingling with our line cook. They go to the K-Town together, they're drinking together, they share some their contact each other. One day they travel to other country, can be London, can be Mexico City. They're meeting together again. So we kind of building young line cook community. I think that is also very interesting and very kind of meaningful for us as well. So I think all the collaboration is definitely, it's a little bit painful. Of course, it's not easy to making the special dinner and collaborate two different cuisine at once, but definitely it's going to be a learning experience for us.
Yeah, well, the ones I've been to have been so beautifully executed. You would think you've been doing it forever. Little who knows what happens behind the scene, but no, it's always really, really a special experience. Do you have any more coming up? Are you planning to continue doing collabs?
This year, we already announcing we are going to be cooking with John And
nice.
then we cooked with Smith like a few weeks ago. And so I think that this year we're trying to also collaborate with a lot of the chef amazing based in United States. So I think that, as you mentioned, we are the only restaurant on the World Best 50 as representing the USA. But I think that there's so many beautiful restaurants in America representing each one's cuisine, each one's like city. So I think we want to learn about their food, and then we want to share their food story to the New York diner as well. So we're very excited about the upcoming joint collaboration.
Awesome. That sounds great. Yes, and I agree. So your restaurant group is
Down.
NARO.
Not hospitality group.
Okay, and what does it mean? What's the meaning behind the name?
Nan means in Korea is a better.
Okay.
Better. So we want to make the better industry, better company, better people, better service. Like each day we want to get better. That's why we decide to name as Nan Hospitality.
I love it. So you also have NARO at Rockefeller Center, which I've been to, which is fantastic. Are you going to be doing the rink again this year, that outdoor dining? Last summer, you expanded into the alfresco area.
We're not doing this year,
Okay.
but this year the teams from the Jupiter and the Pebble Bar, I think they're doing some outdoor.
Okay.
But we are
Good
still
company down there.
Yes, for sure.
So how do you describe NARO, the concept?
So first time when we opened the NARO, we want to bring more like traditional Korean food, which is, I think the Korean food is still there's also very important part like bold flavor, spiciness, and a lot of the character. I think there's also a big part of a Korean cuisine, but also Korean cuisine has very much delicacy and also some southern flavor we want to presenting through the NARO. But also because of this Midtown, there's so many tourists. There's a lot of the local people who walking around that area. So they're looking for something more kind of fun, more exciting stuff. So we turning a little bit more like the casual. So currently we are doing a lunch and dinner and a la carte menu. Of course, we still have some tasting option too. But we are doing a lot of the beautiful flavor comes from the Korean tradition, but also using a lot of the local produce as well, and then get some inspiration from the American cuisine as well. So I think we kind of working on it in a very exciting way at this moment.
I'm due to come back. I've always
Please,
had great meals there, and I'm not that far from Rockefeller Center or even from here. I'm on the other side of Midtown, but I mean the changes of Rock Center with all your neighboring restaurants. It's just a really wonderful quality of restaurants that is really great to have. And then you also have Seoul Salon,
Seoul Salon.
and that's a little more casual. And how do you describe it?
Seoul Salon, compared to other restaurants, Atoboy and Atomix and NARO, Seoul Salon is more about, we want to focus more Korean drink culture. The kinds of Korean style izakaya, because the Korean people love drinking, they love soju, and we, as much as we want to elevate about the Korean food culture, the drink culture is very important about our community too. So we want to have a place you can come easy and talk with Korean traditional soju, and building their community together. That's how we open Seoul Salon here.
Yeah, I'm due to go back there too. I've been once. It's fun. Really different vibe, a little more casual, a little higher energy in a sense. So do you have any other projects under your hospitality group that you're planning right now, or you're kind of good with the projects you have? Because it's a lot.
I think this is enough. But one project we have not from the non-hospitality, but we are doing the lab in Korea, the research center in Korea.
I saw
it's
that on
Common Era.
Instagram.
Yes, Common Era. So it's been a year. So we always want to have a place we can study, our team can study and develop some Korean techniques, ingredients, and some artisan about our country's heritage. So we opened Common Era last year, and our team is there. That's why we are back and forth Korean and here. And sometimes we bring the idea and recipe from what developed from the Camanera team bring to the US team too. So the Camanera project will be really important in the future of Korean food and Korean dining scene around the world. So I hope we can do more in Korea and bring many things to around the world.
Amazing. I hope to visit, get back there. And yeah, that's awesome. So how do you balance, I don't know, people ask me work-life balance and I'm like, I don't have that. But you as a team, how do you work together and with your team? Because this is a lot. You have multiple restaurants and with all the travel too. So how are you managing all of this?
I think I agree, I don't balance, but I think the team is really important. Team is all about the matter, and they know our vision. They know what we want to achieve. They know our journey, and we build together. So how we build the communication, and we really click each other now. All our directors, we've been working together last 7-8 years, and our general manager and chef, we communicate a lot even if we travel. We make a call, email, and call all the time. But I think it's really about family, and you really know, even if we don't really sit together and talk together, as long as your vision is clear and trust each other, the reason why we can travel a lot to talk about the Korean cuisine, talk about Atomix, because our team here, we can trust.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's not really about the managing each restaurant. We give them the ownership to lead and communicate well. And sometimes they bring us to make a final decision together. But I think it's really about our team.
Yeah, I know from my Chefwise book, which you contributed to, I know you're part of the team chapter and talked a bit about comparing it to sports, I believe, you know, how it's a team sport and the team is very important. You have an amazing team. How would you say, since you've now been in the US for a while and in New York City, how has new Korean cuisine changed, or Korean cuisine, or New Yorkers' perception of Korean cuisine, do you think, from your eyes, coming from Seoul, moving here in the past dozen years? Has it changed?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been changing a lot, and also, but that is still very new things for the even all for the chef as well. So I think start from the Hansik. Now in Korea, there's like Mingos, Mosu, and so many amazing restaurants. They're doing like kind of new Korean cuisine, and even here in the New York City, us like Oijimi, Chua, Kochi, like Mare, like a lot of the restaurants, they're doing their like new Korean cuisine. But also really hard to say is maybe what is the new Korean cuisine things. You know, I think that each chef and each restaurant has a slightly different view and slightly different kind of concept each other. I think that which is making more interesting, making more like fun, you know, to watching how the Korean cuisine has been growing so quickly in the last few years, I guess. And I think there's still no like strong one answer or one sentence what is a new Korean cuisine is. I think that each chef has different answer for that. I think that is how we growing together. And maybe like we share some idea collecting as like one sentence a little bit, and then we going up again. So it's like kind of still middle of the process, I guess. But I'm very lucky to see like how the Korean chef and Korean restaurant has been growing so much very fast, especially in the New York dining scene a lot. So very happy for that.
Yeah, I think we're lucky.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, I have a question from a previous guest, because we had talked about doing my show and then, you know, life happened and schedules happened. And anyways, I'm going to ask my question now, because I looked back at the show. It was episode 372. I had on Eli Culp. He's a chef partner of High Street Hospitality Group and the host of the Chef Radio podcast. and he's also the co-host of Delicious City Philly podcast. So I was in Philly, and we did this interview, and I asked him to ask you a question. So his question is, as you grow, what are the top 3 or 1, we don't have time for that, most important aspects in your company when it comes to the culture that you're building? And he noted that he's heard that your place, Atomix, is the best fine dining experience you can get. That's a quote.
Company.
Culture. So the question is, what's your top most important aspect in your company when it comes to the culture, like as you grow, that you're building? The most important aspect that you focus on?
I think about the care and respect. I think it's company too. And we are family, but we work together too. And we have a team who work with for a long time as well. But it's really about care each other, respect each other. It's really important building the good team and the company. And because we are working together, without care, without respect, we can stay 24 hours together. And our team too, they are coming to work at the restaurant more than 40 hours. We're staying together. And as I mentioned, the good team make a good company. Good team make a good service. But the team is really care about each other, about their work, their life. I think I'll say building the good company and either fine dining or any dining. And when we work together as a group, the care is more important, most important for me.
Wonderful. And JP, you also did a book.
Yes.
With Phaidon, fellow publisher, the Korean Cookbook. I mean, your book is so impressive. What was that process like working on it? Do you remember?
I think it took almost 3 years to actually having physical book on my hand. And of course, it covering more than 300 recipes, which is a lot of them. And reason why we want to having Korean cookbook, because the Phaidon is asking us maybe having like Atoboy, Atomix cookbook, but that moment I feel like as a Korean cuisine has been growing, and then a lot of the chef and the industry people interested about Korean food, but not many. The cookbook has been like resourcing a lot of the history and how they enjoy, and like I think that cookbook is not only about the recipe. They're more about how you can enjoy the Korean food. Is more kind of what we are bring to that cookbook. So I talked with our co-author Junghyun. We definitely need to put how they enjoying the banchan, how they enjoying the bowl of the rice with the soup and different type of the dish together. So I think making the proper way to present in Korean food to the as a cookbook, I think that we took almost like year of the researching, and actual recipe developing took us maybe like 6 months to 1 year. And then after that, we got some photo shoot process and all the design process and then printing process. So it took us almost 3 years. But we feel like really proud about the book. Is definitely covering a lot of the story, covering a lot of the like cuisine, and then we also share a little bit about the artisan, the maker who making amazing doenjang, like making amazing like 평양냉면, who making amazing kimchi. We covering a little bit story about them as well. So I think definitely hard process, but also I personally learn a lot through them as well.
It's a beautiful book. I mean, it's, as I said, impressive. So yeah, congratulations, and I'm glad to have my copy. And I also have to ask you both a little about fashion, because you're both very stylish. You always look extremely dapper everywhere I see you, red carpet or out to lunch. So how much does fashion play a role in your lives?
Maybe
I don't need an exact percent.
I think beside of the food and then wine, I think like when we travel some city, like if you go to Tokyo, I think the first thing we definitely made is reservation for the restaurant. and then find out the good hotel. And then maybe next one is kind of good place to shopping. So I think this is kind of our order. So I think shopping is really matter for us.
I think we really obsess about all the beauty.
Yeah.
The beauty of the food, beauty about the interior, beauty about the nature, and beauty about the fashion too. I think not only of course we love food the most, but all the beauty thing we share a lot because inspiration a lot from there. Even if we are in the food industry, we got some inspiration from the gallery, good music, and good art, good fashion. So that's why we love everything about the beauty.
Yeah, well, it shows. It shows. It's amazing. And before we play my speed round, because I know you got things to do and places to go, can you give some top advice, both of you as restaurateurs, as chef, as CEO, as front of the house, as the shopper of the beautiful ceramics, all of the things, all the little details, so many details. That's, I think, very key in your success. Attention you have to all the details. But, okay, advice for anyone listening who wants to open a restaurant, maybe even couples who want to open a restaurant together, because I think that's a whole different layer of how you work together. But yeah, any top advice? I know you gave great advice in my book, which I'm grateful for, but more advice. I want some more advice.
So if you are the couple and want to open the restaurant, I think the listen wife advice is the first thing, I guess. And then make the wife happy is make the restaurant happy too. But more like, I think about the detail, I think it's mostly comes from the experience. If you're not experienced about the dining, you cannot making best experience as the owner. So you need to be travel, you need to be exposed, you need to be like observing as much as possible, especially as a young cook and a young restaurateur, And then when you make it, you definitely reflect a lot of your experience to care about all the details. So I think try as much as possible.
I agree. The experience is your asset. Without the experience, the reading the book is important, and passing exam is important, but most important thing to being a restaurateur, like for example, bakery or wine bar or fine dining. If you're a fine dining restaurateur, you need to go to the restaurant. You need to go to the fine dining restaurant. You need to get experience. Our industry, our big asset is our experience from around the world. That brings idea about how we can make a better restaurant Atomix. And even small thing, it could be the check drop or pan or bathroom or tile. The small thing we learn from our experience. So I think even if you're tired after work, just don't sleep, not drinking the beer, or just go out, make the experience.
What's your favorite thing about being restaurateurs?
Meeting all the good people around the world. Because we were two, but through the restaurants, through Atoboy and Atomix, we met so many amazing friends. We built a beautiful community here because we had a restaurant. It's the place we can meet the people from everywhere.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And also, one more question. Are you still doing a separate tasting menu, different upstairs, the bar tasting? You want to explain that a little bit? Because I did experience it, I think it was like about a year and a half ago. And actually, when I came, I thought it was dishes that maybe you were testing out and you were then going to put on the menu here downstairs. But then at the time, and tell me if it's changed, but it was just a completely different tasting menu. And it was absolutely wonderful. And I've always done your NA pairings when I've dined here, and they've always been amazing. So talk a little about what happens upstairs.
So, the downstairs kitchen is, we probably changing the menu maybe around like 4 times per year, almost like by the season. So we expecting changing the new menu like second week of the August for more kind of summer dish. But upstairs is more kind of fun. We also sourcing a lot of the beautiful ingredients locally from the forager and local farmer, and some of them is like very short period. Only maybe 2 weeks available or 3 weeks available, and that kind of ingredients somehow it's a little bit hard to using as our downstairs main kitchen menu. But we always want to playing around with that kind of ingredient as well. So that's the main idea comes about the upstairs kitchen. Upstairs is we only having 6 seats and then but also we can changing the menu very frequently. And then we speak with the chef who charging about upstairs and me, and then we set up some meeting almost like regularly, and then what can be the next, how we gonna change it. I think some of the idea comes from them is if that is really good, we also using it the downstairs kitchen as well.
Okay.
So it's like using it as a more kind of R&D.
Yeah, it was really special. I mean, this downstairs chef's counter is intimate as well, but upstairs is 6 seats. It's really, really a tight crew. It's almost like you're at a dinner party with just 5 of your best friends.
Yeah, and also the upstairs, I mean, here's like more kind of wine focus. And also we also having the NA pairing as well. But upstairs is, we have the amazing bartender team who making the beautiful cocktail as well. So we want to pairing the cocktail with our dish as well. So like almost like every course comes with a different cocktail. So I want to pairing with a new kind of concept, not because here is mostly wine focusing and with upstairs more kind of cocktail focus.
Yeah, and I mean, for people who haven't been here, this space is so beautiful. I don't know how you found it. It's this. How did you find it? It's like a townhouse, just right next to Park Avenue South, and a little bit hidden, but you're still like so central Manhattan. So someone just send you an email and say, "Hey, I got a space."
I was walking around to find the location for Atomix. But somehow I saw the sign. I called the broker, show me this place. And then when I came in the first time I came myself without JP, and I see the ceiling here was, wow, this is a place. So I called to JP, right, you should come here to check it out.
I love it. I just like spoke to you. You knew. Okay, you want to play my speed round?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so what this is I'm going to name a couple things and give you choices, like chocolate or vanilla.
Oh, okay.
You get to pick. You get to pick. It's just a game.
We do it together at the same time?
Well, whoever, I mean, maybe ladies first, or I don't know, however you want to do it. I think people will be able to tell the difference in your voices. I mean, sometimes I've had guests that it could be more challenging. But, okay, so here we go. Eat in at home or eat out at a restaurant? People could see your face.
Eat at home.
Okay.
Sorry, I told to go out to try the restaurant, but when I'm in New York, have a little rest, eat at home.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm usually eating out the restaurant.
Okay. Indoor dining or outdoor dining?
Indoor dining.
That was easy. Wine, beer, cocktail, non-alcoholic drink, or champagne?
Wine.
Cool. Tasting menu or a la carte?
A la carte menu for me.
Yeah, hard to choose, but
It depends on the occasion.
yeah, I think the menu trouble tasting menu.
But at home, local, probably a la carte menu.
Okay. Small plates or large plates?
Small plate.
Yeah, small plate.
Communal table or chef's counter?
Communal table and chef's counter. Chef's
Chef's
counter.
Okay, love it. That's my call. Tipping or all-inclusive charge?
Oh, it's very tricky.
That could be a whole show question, but yeah, I don't know, whatever you're feeling today on that one.
Tip included.
Yeah, all exclusive.
Okay. Because you have both at your restaurants. Well, it's mixed, right?
It's mixed, right.
Yeah. Okay, a few more. Cooking for your chef friends or having your chef friends cook for you?
Chef friends cook for me.
Cook for a chef. I mean, I'm not the chef, but
Or I guess
whatever
maybe
they do.
serving or like, having them in your restaurant, being in their restaurant. Yeah.
being their restaurants,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. What about, I was looking back at my Seoul trip. I had a bunch of recommendations from you, Ellia, of places. There was choices between pork, beef, or chicken barbecue. I did not realize there were that many choices of restaurants. But between those three, do you have a favorite there?
Pork, beef, chicken.
Pork, beef, or chicken? Because there were specific restaurants for each. I mean, one I went to, Born and Bred. I also went to Mangtan. And then I went to a chicken one, which I'm not going to pronounce right.
Unhwage.
Unhwage?
Yes.
Okay.
Unhwage.
They were all amazing. I mean,
so
I
amazing.
mean, Born and Bred was an incredible experience. That was a lot of food. That was like
A lot
a
of-
little
yeah,
intense,
yeah.
but
If I'm in Korea, not related to the old
Okay,
this restaurant, I'll go for the beef.
okay.
I take the pork because I think in New York City there's some like BBQ place in New York City, but not many pork base. But in Korea, pork is like amazing. So when you go to Korea, we always go to Korean pork.
And also here is the Japanese wagyu, but there's not the Korean hanu, the Korean beef. But Korean beef is seriously really amazing. That one you can only enjoy in Korea. So I love pork a lot too. But if you have experienced hanu in Korea, it's really amazing.
I need to go back. I mean, it just takes about a day of travel. I don't know how you do it so often, but I guess you get used to it.
We get used to it.
Which I'll add in my speed round, window or aisle seat. What are you?
Business
Or just first class.
First class or first class.
As long as you got the bed. Okay. Awesome. Okay, my last two are cheese plate or dessert.
Ooh.
I take the cheese plate.
I will do the dessert, but depends on the dessert. If dessert is not qualified, well, probably go back to cheese, but I'm sweet tooth. I go for the dessert.
Okay. And last one, I just have New York City or Seoul, which probably
New York City or Seoul?
It's probably not fair to ask, but I'm asking it anyway.
New York City.
I mean, New York.
I love New York. New York, I mean, both a very precious place for us. But we got lucky. We've been so grateful to be living in the New York City right now, and we made our dream here. We love our country. We've now responsibility to support more the Korean culture. But being in the New York City was so amazing. We love New York.
Well, New York loves you,
Thank you, New York.
and so do I. And that's the game. That's the show.
That was so fun.
Thank you. Yeah, I like playing. I always find the eat in at home or eat out at a restaurant, I would say it's kind of 50-50 of the chefs. Because at first when a lot of chefs were saying they'd rather eat at home, I'm like, really? But it's pretty common. And I get it. You kind of want to, a little downtime.
Because we are always surrounded by people, and now at the restaurant, but sometimes like a piece at home
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So, but we go out a lot. But when we are in New York, probably half and half.
Yeah. No, I know you do because I see you out. And I see you traveling. And
We went to Cloud yesterday. It was really amazing.
Oh, awesome. I love Clyde. And upstairs, Penny. Have you
Penny
been
is
there?
amazing too.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
It was
you so
really
much.
fun. Thank you.
Oh, you're
My
welcome.
last question: Atoboy or Atomix?
Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not getting in that trap. I love them both. I mean, they're so different. And I've also gone to a collab you did at Atoboy. I went to the one with Ramades.
Matis.
Yeah, which Val, right?
Mhm.
That was awesome. Yeah, Atoboy is, I mean, you know me, I dine out a lot solo. So it's good solo, but it's also good with other people with the sharing. You know, you get to try more things. And I love a chef's counter and coming here. I mean, anytime I can get back in to visit. I mean, I love, and NARO, all your places. I'm a fan.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
What you create is really special. I think it's wonderful that you are here in New York City and offering these experiences for people. And I just feel really lucky that I know you, and not everyone gets to come here. You don't have that many seats, and also not everyone lives in New York City or has the access. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I get to enjoy your beautiful hospitality, cuisine, and everything you offer. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
And
Thank you.
I will see you here, elsewhere. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank
I
you.
can't say that enough. And keep just doing what you're doing here.
Thank you so much. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back to All in the Industry. I'm your host and producer, Shari Bayer, and I hope you enjoyed my conversation with Ellia Park and JP Park of Non-Hospitality, which includes Atomix, Atoboy, NARO, and Seoul Salon, all based in New York City. It was a real honor to sit down with them and hear their story. Thank you so much, Ellia and JP, for taking the time and for the gifts of hospitality that you bring to all of us. Congratulations on all that you've achieved. Wishing you much continued success, and hope to see you again soon. All the best. Okay, it's time for my solo dining experience. So this week it's at Lido 84. Here's the rundown. The location: Corso Giuseppe Zanardelli 196, Gardone Riviera, Italy, located in the western part of Lake Garda. The concept: artfully plated, inventive Italian cuisine, ideally situated on a lakeview terrace, joyfully breaking the rules of Italian cuisine. The owners: Chef Riccardo Camanini and his brother Giancarlo, who leads the front of the house. So why did I go? Well, not only is Riccardo a contributor to my Chefwise book, which I am truly grateful for, but he and his brother and restaurant have received many accolades, and everything I knew about it sounded so fantastic. My kind of place in beautiful Italy, an al fresco dining experience on the water. What more could one want? And at events over the years, we would always talk about when I was going to come visit. And so when I had the opportunity to do so, I took it. So my experience. Well, after I knew I was going to the world's 50 best restaurants, which this year were in Torino, I asked Riccardo if he could make me a lunch reservation over the weekend, and he was able to do so on Saturday. And so I was really excited, and I had rented a car after the 50 Best to venture around Italy, and I did have quite an adventure, which could be a whole podcast, but I will get to my lunch. So I was staying nearby at a hotel, and I arrived, and some other guests were waiting outside before we were all greeted and led into the space, which has an indoor restaurant, but since it was a beautiful day in June, we were all seated outside on their gorgeous patio, which is on the lake. It is lakeside view at its finest. And I was brought to a table right next to the water, and it was so serene and lovely. And I was greeted by Riccardo as well as his brother Giancarlo. And Riccardo gave me a little tour of the property before my meal started. And then my wonderful tasting menu lunch began. And there were a lot of tableside presentations. And I was there for a few hours. I enjoyed the meal with a really nice non-alcoholic pairing. And there are some classic Lido 84 dishes they're more known for, as well as seasonal dishes, and everything was pretty small portions as a tasting menu, beautifully executed and inventive and delicious. and I was in good company. There were several other people I recognized from the industry who were also in Italy for the 50 best. So it was nice to see familiar faces and friends. And I just had a really wonderful, leisurely lunch with a beautiful view of the lake. And Riccardo, Giancarlo, and team are extremely warm and hospitable people, and they make everyone feel very welcome. And so I'm very grateful to have been able to go. So what did I get? So it was a set tasting menu. And again, I had it with their non-alcoholic pairing, which was very nice. There were several varieties of Kohl, Kohl, gourmet mountain apple juices, as well as some other non-alcoholic drinks. And I had some sparkling water. So that's how I hydrated. And then some of the dishes I had included oyster, cuttlefish, warm fusiloni. There were a few pastas with the tasting menu. There was also asparagus, duck, and their signature rigatoni, cacio e pepe, and vese, which is pasta cooked in pig's bladder and presented tableside. And it is a dish they are very well known for, and it is quite delicious. And also there was peach for dessert. It wasn't a peach, it was a peach dessert, and some other sweets. So that's a taste of what I had. And my take, it was an exquisite lunch from start to finish, beautifully executed. Highlights for me were probably the oyster, the pastas, the dessert. It was all wonderful. And I really love tableside presentations and dining solo at a tasting menu restaurant. I have said this before. I think tasting menus are ideal for solo diners. There is a lot happening. It's a show and a meal. And there was another solo diner at the restaurant as well. And there were couples. I mean, the restaurant is, I'd say, jumping ahead to my perfect four. It is good for any size party that would like to enjoy a relaxing yet sophisticated Italian dining experience in a beautiful, serene setting and a place where you will feel taken care of from the moment you arrive. So the ambiance. So it is an alfresco setting on Lake Garda. It has spacious seating on its patio, surrounded by luscious greens, and the indoor dining has windows, so you will also get the view. And they also have a special petite dining room that can seat a private party and offer a more intimate experience. And it's just lovely, especially on a beautiful day, which I was lucky to have. So, interesting tidbit. Riccardo and Giancarlo bought the building of Lido 84 in 2013 and transformed it into a restaurant with its outdoor terrace and dining room, which has eclectic pieces of art, plus its view. And it's located next to a public beach on the lake. And the building itself was formerly a Lido, an Italian beach club. Lido 84 is also currently ranked number 16 on the world's 50 best restaurants list, which is amazing. They were honored at the 50 best ceremony, so I got to see them there and celebrate with them. And the restaurant, Lido 84, is also won Michelin star. Personal fun fact. So at my lunch were today's guests, Ellia and JP Park, dining there together. And as I mentioned, there were also some other industry people because this is a restaurant everyone wants to go to. And I had the pleasure of dining at Lido 84's collab with Atomix in New York City in January 2024. And that was a truly wonderful and special experience. Also, I will mention as a personal fact that I did have some car problems on this trip. There were some challenges, but I am super grateful to Riccardo and Giancarlo and his team because they helped me find a solution to my situation. So, grazie mille. The cost of my meal, it was a comp, which I'm also truly grateful for. Thank you all so much. I believe the tasting menu is about €150, depending on how many courses you get, plus anything added for drinks or a wine pairing. Would I go back? Of course, I would love to go back to the restaurant and also to the region. Lake Garda was really pretty, and I did not have enough time there. I got to jump in the lake and enjoy the sunshine for an afternoon, but I could have used some more time there and to explore. It is really quite a beautiful setting. So these brothers know what they're doing. They picked a really great location. So if you can get out there, I say go. It's worth it. Their website is restaurantelido84.com and Instagram restaurantelido84, and Lido is Lido and 84 is the number. It's not spelt out. So thank you so much again to Riccardo and Giancarlo and their entire team. And huge congratulations on the world's 50 best and Michelin and everything else you've accomplished. I hope our paths cross again soon. Okay, so that's the show. Thank you so much to Ellia Park and JP Park of Non-Hospitality, which includes Atomix, Atoboy, NARO, and Seoul Salon, plus their culinary lab in Seoul, called CE, which stands for Common Era. Congratulations on all you've accomplished and wishing you all the best. And thank you again for your hospitality and to your entire Atofam team, including Aris, as well as Emily and Lindsay from Mona Creative. One of their websites that you can check out is atomixnyc.com. You can also follow them on Instagram at eparkato, at jparkato, at Atomix NYC, at Atoboy NYC, and at Atofam NYC, and there's more. And as you can see, auto is a large part of their identity. You can follow me at Shari Bayer, at Bayer PR, and at All Industry. My YouTube channel and Facebook page are All in the Industry. And you can find all of our new episodes as well as all of our archive shows at allintheindustry.com. And you can listen to us wherever you find your podcasts, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you get a moment, please leave us a rating or review. It will help more people find our show. You can also check out my other websites, BayerPublicRelations.com and ShariBayer.com, and my book, Chefwise, Life Lessons from Leading Chefs Around the World by Phaidon, is available wherever books are sold. Many thanks to my engineer, Armin Spendagian. I'm your host and producer, Shari Bayer. I will be back soon with a new show. I hope you'll tune in then. And thank you as always for being part of All in the Industry. Bye. All in the Industry is an independent podcast hosted and produced by Shari Bayer. Follow us on Instagram at All Industry and on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, All in the Industry. Subscribe to our show wherever you listen to your podcasts so you don't miss any new episodes. To learn more, visit allintheindustry.com.